Good day, everyone. Ali Safi here from Safi Financial Network. Today is May 31st, 2024. Last day of the month of May was pretty volatile, actually. So market just bounced back up nicely, specifically Dow Jones, as we expected. And I believe that this is kind of like the bottom, as we forecasted before. This week's supposed to be kind of like a low for S&P 500, Nasdaq, and the Dow Jones. And we just saw that actually Dow formed the bottom 3 days ago, and the S&P 500 and Nasdaq just bottomed today and nicely just bounced back up to the green territory. And Nasdaq was laggard, but it managed actually to get back to green territory as well. So let's get to the chart. Let's go to the chart and see what chart tells us specifically, because this is kind of like the last day of the month, so we can just go over to the monthly chart as well. So here is the monthly chart for S&P 500. As you see here, we're kind of like forming pretty nice bullish consolidation, and it's just forming very positive scenario here. So if you just see that, I'm kind of like expecting market to start its summer rally, June, July, August could be kind of like a potential a good rally to the upside. We can see some kind of like a good 5,800 to 5,900, even 6,000. That's going to be kind of like achievable by September, October. But after that, I should say everyone needs to be careful for a big drop potentially in September, October before election. But right now, I just want to say that this pattern, there is nothing wrong with it. We are above this SMA 20, which is kind of like a long-term bullish indicator for us in a monthly chart. And also, the pattern-wise is pretty bullish. Like this is kind of like a choppy consolidation for 3 months right now, since months of March, April, and May. And that's why we're kind of like a bullish right now. At the best case, we can see some kind of like a 56, 5,800. Also, stochastic, RSI wise, I know that we are in a bigger, I should say biggest divergence. I haven't seen this divergence for a while. Like this is a monthly chart, folks. This is not hourly or something. Since 2018, we are seeing like a market higher high, and RSI is forming a divergence. But still, we have time actually. We have time to get there. And as you see here, this is kind of like a timing perspective is coming to September, October, when we can see this very important level, and we should expect after that a big decline to the downside. So everyone needs to be careful in October, September. All right, so let's move on to weekly chart. So weekly chart, we just got a pretty nice candle here. Let me just show you exactly what I'm seeing here. So weekly chart is showing another bullish consolidation here. After last week doji bar, this week we just got a very nice shadow. This is kind of like a bottoming tail. And if you just go to stochastic momentum, we just got back again into overbought condition, while MACD is showing us kind of like a signal for a buy. So whenever these two indicators are coming together, we can see a big rally. The last time we saw this was here in months of November, when a stochastic get back into overbought condition, while MACD shows a buy signal. So this means smooth and very nice rally to the upside. I'm not sure if it's gonna be the same scale as is, but we should see some kind of like a good bullish momentum continuation, as I said, to 56, 58, and potentially 5,900 down the road in a summertime. So just buckle up, because we are kind of like in a moment of see that we can see good rallies. Specifically, lots of people are bearish in June. I'm not. So I know that seasonally June is kind of like a weak month, but I don't see this happens this year. So we will see how it goes. Moving on to daily chart. And here's the daily chart. So we just got a pretty nice signal from daily chart. So we just got this oversold condition. So market is just coming down nicely. It's forming its bullish momentum. We just got into MACD here. It's kind of like a nice hidden divergence between these two. This is bullish. And also stochastic wise, we just got into oversold condition and bounce back up nicely, crossover just right above, not ideal scenario, but right above oversold condition. And specifically, above all, I should say, I have to mention that we just got a very, very nice demand area here. So we just pointed out exactly yesterday. If you remember, if you just watched my video yesterday, we were mentioning about this time, like 58 to 5200. That's going to be coming along with SMA 20 and also this demand area, because this demand area is very important. We break above this important supply area. So this demand, I know it is not a very neat and clean setup, but this is very, very important just because it broke above this supply area. And that's why we give value to those demands that create a nice rally after breaking up the supply area. So we tested today and just nicely bounce back up to the upside. This is why I'm just looking for as like a demand area and supply area, because institutions are piling money into those areas. Support and resistance folks is very, very old-fashioned way to look at the market. And if you just look at the support and resistance, I'm sure you need to double check again your analysis and also your strategies, because I believe that it's not going to be a good strategy just looking at the support and resistance, which I'm not. All right, let's move on to Nasdaq, which kind of like a laggard today. I know that Nasdaq had a fantastic bounce. Look at this, Nasdaq again going back to this important demand area, middle of this white range bar, red bar, and then create a nice rally after that. We just got into this and bounced back up nicely. So what happened to monthly chart? Let me just go over again. So this is kind of like the scenario that I'm seeing. Nasdaq is forming a very nice bullish consolidation. We are kind of like a very, very nice scenario right now. So Nasdaq is forming a very nice setup for a next rally all the way up to 19,000, 19,700. Potentially 20,000 is coming down the road. And it's not going to be very far away, I should say. Everyone needs to pay attention on that. And just 1,500 for Nasdaq is not going to be a big deal at all. For the weekly perspective, after last week's surge, this week was not a good kind of like a candle for Nasdaq. It was kind of like a hiccup, but we will see that. We are seeing a good, I should say, buy signal from MACD, and also stochastic is getting back to its overbought condition. So this is a very, very nice setup. We just saw this again in this breakout, and look at the rally after that. Some people are shorting this just because the stochastic is getting into overbought condition. But folks, when a stochastic is getting back to overbought condition, it doesn't mean that it's going to be short opportunity. Sometimes in a bullish trend like this, whenever we get into oversold condition, we should buy, not sell, because we are in a bullish trend. We are going higher high, higher low. So whenever we get into higher low, we should buy and keep invested as is and just enjoy the rally afterwards. All right. So we are in kind of like those scenarios that we are in a bullish momentum. We should just buy the dip while market gives us opportunity. And that was one. The second one was here. In both scenarios, we got involved, and right now we are profitable in our portfolio. And myself and subscribers, actually, they are profitable. I just announced that performance for months of May for my 3 portfolios, all of them did very well. I know that there were lots of volatility in the market, but right now we are kind of like a touching, mimicking, even in some indexes, we are outperforming them just because we are kind of like have a good rebalanced portfolio. Moving on to the daily chart. So daily chart, we just got a very, very nice decline and then fantastic bounce after that. So it's just going all the way up, recaptured the SMA 20 and just going higher. So right now we should just keep market benefit of doubts. If we have a follow through session, you should see Nasdaq is getting back to bullish momentum for a new all-time high, potentially 19,200 is coming. However, if you see some kind of like a early session sell-off, I don't know, futures market Sunday or even Monday, probably middle range of this chart is going to be a good buying opportunity. Somewhere around 18,000, let's say 300, 18,400. That's going to be kind of like a good area for buy. Just make sure trigger that one as well. Moving on to gold. So sorry, before gold, US 30, which was kind of like our rocket star today. I don't know why this one goes all the way back down. So let me just pull my chart here. So US 30, we nailed it, folks. We just nailed it nicely. We got into buy signal yesterday, exactly yesterday. I just announced it. And I wish I had a screenshot of that signal, but that was pretty neat. So we just exactly follow our analysis. We went down all the way to this important pivot demand area. And this is kind of like a coming with our weekly analysis as well. So before that, let's move on to monthly chart. So Dow, I believe, formed the bottom. I know monthly chart is not that neat. We have like a big shadow here, but I believe that next month we are going to go higher to 40,000 area, potentially 40, above 40,000. We're going to close that one. And that's going to be very, very great milestone for Dow. Right now, we are just seeing money is piling to the Dow Jones, and we should see some kind of like a bullish momentum continuing in Dow Jones index. If we go to weekly chart, so this is the setup that I'm just looking at. And MACD is in oversold condition. While we just got into SMA 20, going all the way down to this important pivot, nicely back up today. And Dow just create a very nice rally just because healthcare and finances, actually financials, they did very well. So if I want to mention some healthcare, let me go to, for example, CVS. So CVS today just jumped back up nicely. Actually, not this one, CVS Health. Health. So here is CVS after just hammering recently. It's just going all the way down to this important pivot. Nicely, I believe 6-7% uptick today. So, and also weekly candle is just mentioning, as I mentioned, weekly candle positive 61, 62, 64 is coming down the road. So right now we are at 59. So we should see some kind of like more bullish action. Also, if we go to United Health, which is one of the component, actually one of the important Dow component. So United Health nicely reversing back up. So if you just see all indicators are showing buy signal, also this one is getting into this important demand area. Look at the gap here. So this gap and also the rally afterwards, we just got here back tested 2 days ago. Yesterday went positive, actually negative, but not a bad session. Nice reversal today. So this means we are seeing kind of like a good bullish momentum is coming back to United Health, and potentially we are going all the way up to 520 to 540. So these are stocks, as you see here, was kind of like a Dow component, and that's why Dow Jones had a fantastic rally today. If we go to daily chart of Dow, here's the daily chart. So daily chart, we just got into buy signal, as I said yesterday. We triggered the buy signal. Stochastic is in oversold condition. This is a perfect scenario in a bullish trend. So whenever we get into kind of like important pivotal point, while a stochastic is showing oversold condition pretty close to a demand area, we will buy it. And sure enough, so we just got back into rally today, nicely going up almost 1.70%, 1.40% to the upside. So that's fantastic. Moving on to let me just move on to gold. Gold actually didn't do well today. So gold is down, but I should say bigger picture is still bullish. So I'm just still looking for gold this as like a choppy consolidation here. I know some people they don't like this pattern. They said this is kind of like an M pattern or kind of like a double top, specifically with this divergence. Yeah, sure enough. But if gold holds this area, I should say this pivot, which is above a 2250. So if gold holds above 2250, 2260, you should see some kind of like a choppy consolidation, which is going to be a fantastic bullish momentum for the next rally to the upside, which I believe is coming actually. If any central banks, important central banks, in months of June, they just cut the rate, gold is going to skyrocket rocketing to the upside, which is going to be very, very bullish for gold. Daily chart, actually the same pattern here. So I don't see any kind of like a changes in my analysis. I know lots of people are saying this is kind of like Ali, bearish consolidation. Yeah, that's true. This is a bearish consolidation and this is a bear flag. But look at the stochastic and look at all the other index, all the other indicators. So they are kind of like in a very, very good potential buying for opportunity. If you ask me, this is kind of like a demand area rather than bear flag. And if it triggers to the upside, if it goes above a 23.56, then we should see nice rally afterwards. We can see some kind of like a good bullish momentum channel to the upside. Again, I may be wrong, so there is nothing with the ego or something. I just see the gold is gonna just go higher and higher. At least the rally is not over for gold and precious metals. Moving on to silver, which is coming down today. Silver is kind of like having a hard time today, just going down all the way to $30.40. Right now, it is okay. So silver, as long as above $28, it should be fine. And also stochastic, if it gets to bearish oversold condition, then we should see some kind of like opportunity for a next rally to the upside. Moving on to crude, which was kind of like a negative today. So crude is down for the third consecutive days. This is kind of like, as I said, megaphone pattern. So this is very, very aggressive pattern here. So this is a megaphone apex pattern. If it breaks either way, it's going to be very, very sharp. And this is very tricky, folks. I'm still looking for a bullish momentum. So my first priority is going to be this. The second priority is going to be bearish, which I don't think it's going to happen. I believe that crude is getting back to its bullish momentum. The reason is crude stocks, energy stocks actually are doing very well. So they don't see any, I don't see actually uh, any kind of like a bearish momentum within this sector. I know that there are some like Exxon and Chevron, specifically Exxon and OIH, they're lagging, but the overall industry is doing well. So we will get to those energy stocks as well, analysis by end of this video. Make sure watch this video completely because we are going to go through lots of stocks right now. Moving on to individual names, starting with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, just 1% down today, still bullish consolidation. There is nothing wrong with this pattern. This pattern works perfect. So if this one goes higher, you shouldn't be surprised at all. 70,000, the next target is going to be 100K, which I believe is coming actually. It's very, very foreseeable scenario. Ethereum hold up the ground very well, about 3,778. So Ethereum is a fantastic scenario for buy. US bond yield is just coming down today. So bond yield is down, crude is down, but treasury is up. So bond yield, if it goes below this 4 point, again, getting back below 5%, which is kind of like a good for people. It's kind of like a release for the market as well. Treasury bounced back up nicely today, $90 right now. It needs to go above 92, and we will see how it goes. VIX is down today, 10%. There's no surprise, especially after fantastic rally to the upside. I believe a lower low for VIX is coming down the road. This is very important. Dixie is just forming a very, very bearish pattern, if you ask me. So I don't see any bullishness here. If it goes below this 104.20, can easily go down to 102. $2 drop in index is very huge. Magma indicator, after a sharp sell-off early session, it just bounced back up nicely. Kind of like a salvation last hour. So it's kind of like a very good Apple, just moving higher as well. I believe that Apple higher high is coming down the road. Amazon just going down $2.88, but not a bad session. Hold up after hitting this gap. So we will see Meta actually a very good candle here today. It's just going down, stop hunted people, and then sharply bounce back up. Just 22 cents loss. But pattern, look at the pattern. It's pretty bullish. Microsoft, the same here. It's just going all the way down. Remember what I said, Microsoft yesterday, 400 area. That's going to be the level to buy. Actually, didn't touch 400. It touches 404, then bounce back up nicely. So this means potentially technology find bottom here. Google, 39 cents uptick today. Netflix, the same pattern here, $6 down. And Tesla, hold up the ground, 178. As long as it is about 160, I should say, 155 should be fine. Semiconductor index, they were kind of like a lagging today, but that's fine. SMH $1.79 down. SOX, the same pattern, $1.92 down. Taiwan Semiconductor, after sharp sell-off early session, it just hold up this wide range bar and $1.92 down. AMD, sorry. AMD 15 cents up, a good price action here, bullish consolidation. NVIDIA, $8.67 down. And Texas Instrument, a good pattern here, 67 cents down as well. So, and Texas Instrument is kind of like, I should say, find a bottom after this corrective move, needs to go back to rally 220 to 225 coming down the road. Lam Research, $932. It's just going all the way down to test this area and then find a bottom and coming back up. Moving on to XLF, which is kind of like a financial. It's just going higher today. A boost up the Dow Jones as well. Financials are strong. There is nothing wrong with market. KBE, I believe that they are kind of like a beneficiary of the lower rate. So it seems like rate is coming down. I believe they are very, very forming a very long-term good bullish pattern here, especially KBE. Look at the monthly consolidation here. KRE, it's already broken up nicely, testing and then getting back up nicely as well as today. A very good pattern. JP Morgan, pretty good candle here. You see how bearish consolidation fails to the upside. If it goes like this, it means that it fails already, can go higher. Goldman Sachs at $6.29 up. Bank of America, fantastic surge to the upside. New all-time high, $1.36 up. Wells Fargo, 71 cents up today. And all in all, banks are pretty good actually today. Moving on to GDX, which is gold miners coming down along with gold price. They're kind of like a pausing and backing and feeling. GDXJ, 22 cents down. AEM, 38 cents down. Newmont, 6 cents up today. Hold on for now. Franco Nevada, 46 cents down. Not a bad session, actually. They're just pausing and backing and filling. Gold Barrick, 2 cents down. Moving on to crude, XLE Energy Spider. Look at that. So when I see this pattern, I can't be bearish on crude. It is very bullish, folks. It is very bullish, and I don't see any kind of like a weakness, at least in this name. XOP, this is the same. So if you just see that, we are kind of like at the beginning of the breakout. So if it breaks out nicely, if it goes above 154, it can easily go higher as well. So this is very, very important. OIH, oil and gas services, it's just getting back up nicely as well. So when I see these patterns, especially Exxon, look at that. So Exxon is getting back to its bullish momentum, and also Chevron as well. So Chevron is kind of like a lagging, but look at today's candle. It's pretty strong. So when I see these charts are doing very well, I can't be bearish on crude. So that's the reason I'm not bearish at crude. So we will see how it goes. All right, guys, I believe I covered everything. This is kind of like a longer than usual, but I believe that sometimes we need to have comprehensive video to just show what happens to the market. Hope you have a fantastic weekend. See you on the chart. Bye-bye, folks.